And welcome, Reds, to Anfield Road TV. Well, if you want to keep up to date on all things Liverpool related throughout the week with all your fellow Reds around the world, fan interaction channel, we do try and engage with every single Liverpool fan and even rival fans that are in the comments as well. Hope you all had a very good start to your weekend. Obviously, I haven't done a show in like 3 days or whatnot, whatever it's been. It's not been. We haven't missed much, in all honesty. It's more or less the same old recycled stuff that me and Kev had very much spoke about the week prior. So hope you all had a very good start to your Monday afternoon anyway. And we've got plenty of stories to speak about today in relation to Alberto Vieira, obviously our ex-winger. Obviously he's had to step away from the French side that obviously is Bordeaux team that has very much been more or less liquidated, which is sad to see. His little thoughts on relation to that as well, kind of Liverpool related. Bit on Sepp van den Berg as well. By all accounts, I think we've got an official confirmation and more or less evaluation now in terms of the Dutch centre half. Will he stay at Liverpool? But it's looking more and more likely as the weeks do progress, as the window is still open, that Liverpool will look to, as you can see from the title and the thumbnail, try and reach and aspire to get in and around £16 million as well. I've got a couple of Dutch journalists, their quotes on certain other stories as well. Joey Veerman, obviously, we'll get straight into that in a little second. But if you're watching live, do get your live comments in. We will feature a couple of them anyway, as much as we possibly can, as the show would schedule. And anyone watching on the repeat as well, on the road to 6,000 subscribers. So as well as subscribing, dropping a like on the video massively helps out, obviously, YouTube algorithm, social media algorithm as well. Not just on my shows, but any other content creators that you are watching as well. But obviously, we'll get straight into the Joey Veerman news in regards to obviously the Dutch central midfielder. Couple of done a little bit of research anyway. Obviously, anyone's not aware of him, plays for PSV Eindhoven, did sign for them in the 2001-2002 season. So he's been there for 2 years now. Obviously playing at the heart of that PSV midfield. He's a big lad, in and around 6'2", in and around that ballpark. Anyway, obviously, he's featured for Holland 16 times, scoring 1 goal. Obviously, he's predominantly more a central midfield player, but he's very versatile. But obviously, his favourite position is central midfield. Can fill in a DM, not ideal, obviously, and he can play in that attacking midfield role, as is every single Dutch player to ever grace, because we know how talented the Dutch players have been in the history of football anyway. But in relation to that as well, it was a Dutch journalist that did comment today, obviously more or less dispelling the rumours as just rumours. Obviously, Dutch journalist Rick Elfrich, hopefully I pronounced that right for the Dutch native speakers, he played down suggestions linking Liverpool with a move for the PSV Eindhoven midfielder Joey Veerman. He goes on to add, in his own quotes, he tweeted this afternoon, Liverpool, it's just a rumour, just like last week. Trabzonspor, Luke de Jong, is there currently no contact between any parties, according to a general reasonable source as well. Sorry, chat, for anyone listening. It's all right, I'm not dying just yet. Bloody hell. Apologies. So let me know your thoughts on that, chat. Obviously, we've got a lot of, obviously, our good mate Swat on the channel. He's a PSV Eindhoven supporter. And Swat, if you're in the live comments, I'll get to your comments, mate, as well. What have you... Swat, let us know your thoughts on this midfielder. Potentially, obviously, if you are watching on the repeat, mate, give us the lowdown in the comments as well. But I think it is more or less no better person placed than a Dutch journalist, more or less suggesting and saying in his own words, it's just rumours as well. Silly season. It's a month that we do find ourselves in until we do see the transfer window shut. I think there'll be plenty of rumours. Was it last week when we spoke about the Rabiot rumours? We all knew that was a load of malarkey, really. Obviously, Rabiot being 29 years old, I think every Liverpool fan just really needs to take a step back and just analyse the news and just we all shake our heads at going, no, we're not really in for RBO. It's just news outlets very much trying to get the social media interaction as well, because it's all part of the game, the social media game, that everyone, me includes as well, want people to view me videos and everything. So it's all part of the game as well. But is it all intelligent enough to very much decipher really the proper rumours and the proper journalists? They're very much, obviously, as I've said, over the last couple of years as well. But the maddest one as well, chat, if anyone just off track, there was an interview. I think we'll do a video with Kev this week as well. I don't know if you've seen it, but for the people that haven't got like X or social media or whatnot, I think there was an interview with one of the. Go and check it out. I think it's on YouTube actually. There's an interview. Apologies about that. I don't know what channel. Well, I should have really checked before I started. But there's a very good interview with a head medical or head fitness guy out there on YouTube, probably on one of the very well-respected Liverpool YouTube channels or sports outlets out there. Just type it in, Liverpool physio interview. Probably one of the highest ranked videos on there this week. And he said, obviously, the news about Fekir years ago, that more or less Liverpool putting the brakes on Fekir more or less meant that Liverpool could go out and get Alisson, which is mad when you deep it like that. When you think about it, if Liverpool got Fekir, would we have got Alisson Becker? By all accounts from that interview, won't spoil it. Go and check it out anyway. You'll be able to find it. Chat, after this video's out live, if you want them to find out, I'll put the link on in the description as well, so you can go and check it out. A very good interview. Only seen snippets and highlights of it, but I'll be watching that in its full entirety as well. Big up there, Paul. Appreciate the stream, Jack. Keeps me in the loop as I walk the dogs. Happy days there, Paul. Yeah, as I said, mate, apologies, chat. Obviously, Kev will be joining us tomorrow. Obviously, it's the start of the week. Everyone, hope you, whatever if you're in work or whatnot, you've all started your week very good. But yeah, the last couple of days we haven't done a show because we're not just going to saturate the channel. Really, we're doing like the same show about 5 times on the bounce. There's a lot of very good content out there, really, to very much watch on YouTube, whether that be just football and teams and loads of football and podcasts as well. But big up there, Jug. How are we, mate? How are we? I couldn't believe Curtis Jones having to come off after but I think it's more or less precautionary, really, mate. But there's probably comments out there already in regards to Curtis Jones. The thing is, I love Curtis' attitude. The fact that he said last week that he cut his holiday short by, was it 2 or 3 weeks? He wanted to be in the mix, and that's what you want to really be seeing as well. Obviously, Jota's joined up with Liverpool now, which it was all well and good. Could have done a post-match show, chat, but it was at silly o'clock? Was it like 1:30 or 12:30? Obviously, everyone's in bed by that time, but I watched the highlights. Nothing to say and do a live stream at like 12:30. Yeah, no more of that anyway, because I need me sleep. I think everyone needs to sleep at that time anyway. But yeah, I was thinking of doing a post-match, but it's a pre-season friendly. We could probably speak about it this week, but I don't think any of us really need to over-analyse a pre-season game. Probably analyse it in relation to possibly everyone's views, seeing the way in which Liverpool are starting. Obviously, it's only a 90-minute game. You can tell a bit, but give it another 3 months when we're fully integrated into the Arne Slot system and get more of a better understanding, really. Obviously, no better games than the Premier League seasons. And then when you add into the same cauldron, really, of Champions League football, that's when everything gets heightened, really. Jonathan Berg, yeah, 100% there, Doug. Doug, if you can drop that link to the channel as well, mate, it'd be very much appreciated on the live comments. If you can just try and find that, Doug, and just post it in the chat, it'd be much appreciated, mate. Yeah, both here. Big up there, Dero. Hope you're well, fella. Big up there, Gaz. Big up there, Jack. Loved the it was doing me bloody head in lot. I was much more freer. I'm very close to embracing a fully Arnie Slot chat. Do you reckon we all get slapheads before the first game of the season? Tell you what, Scouse barbers wouldn't have a clue, or just barbers in general. They'd be skimmed for a couple of weeks. No one would have any hair left. my mum cut it anyway. So I didn't go into the barbers and go, I want an Irish loss. But yeah, all well and good. Nearly August, no sign of sign. Yeah, oh yeah. As I said, mate, don't be panicking. Don't, as I say to you, chat. Fair enough. I'll be probably the most loudest when it's 24 hours to go in the transfer window, and Liverpool haven't brought in a 6. And from the title and the thumbnail, we will be getting to that Endo news as well. It's a bit mad, chat. We'll get to that in a little second, but I just find it. Well, I don't find it mad because the social, especially the sports media world we live in, like there's reasons that certain news stories get filtered to the press. One of them being it could be the player's agent, not just speaking about Endo, but generally in terms of when you speak about players now, especially with like Twitter and everything and how everything's amplified. So it's either Endo's agents or just agents in general leaking stuff to the press, trying to generate more interest in their client. Liverpool have let it go through, considering that we more or less are very close to getting a number 6 in. There's a lot of options out there. It just depends what you want to go with, really. Could mean more of one of these suggestions, or it could be a case that Liverpool are wanting to generate interest and generate a couple more funds to very much actively pursue a number 6 or a player Liverpool have already currently negotiating with, and they're trying to get a couple more pennies into the club as well. So a lot of opportunities. Even could mean that Tyler Morton or another player currently on Liverpool's squad. I was going to use roster, but that is very American. Shout out to the American Liverpool fans out there, but it just sounds like an NFL draft or a basketball draft or something stupid. Well, not stupid, but just, squad, or as Rafa says, squad. But yeah, big up there, again. Big up there, Panov. Yeah. No, what's these FSG chats up? Big up there, North. Yes. Yeah, there'll be plenty of FSG chat, mate. We'll get to the Endo stuff in a little second as well, mate. Yeah, big up there, Andrew. Hope you well, mate. But yeah, we'll be chat. Yes, we'll be sound. That's yeah. I was trying to say, Doug, you need your sleep, mate. And all the dads out there as well. But we'll get straight into the obviously Endo news that we've had over the last 48 hours anyway. For anyone that's not got social media, Liverpool have very much received a bid, and for some reason, Liverpool have let it trickle out over the last 24 hours on social media that we did get a bid. But we'll get to the Sepp van den Berg news as well very soon. But we'll quickly get back to the Endo news. Quick on in terms of Alberto Moreno. He's not a manager of Bordeaux. Albert Riera, remember his goal against Aston Villa? What an absolute banger that was. By the way, that was prime Rafa Benitez here, that one. Pepe Reina just absolutely welling up the other ends of the pitch. Those were the days, especially when Villa were back to being good, but prior to them, that period last season. But yeah. In terms of quick one on Albert Riera, the chat, obviously the Spanish winger, who is getting rave reviews by all accounts in terms of the footballing scene, in terms of his management style. He won't be hard pressed for a new opportunity within football. Obviously, leaving. Obviously, we all know the surroundings in terms of Bordeaux. For anyone that doesn't know, it obviously looks like the club did file for bankruptcy as well, which is disappointing to see. For a club of the size and the stature of a very big institution within French football as well. League 2 campaign consequently were placed in the Compétition Nationale, the third tier for this season as well. Yeah, they filed for bankruptcy, and as a result, that means all the professional players of the club will be released upon the termination of their contracts. And furthermore, adding to that, obviously, Riera and everyone associated in terms of a football and strategic point of view have all more or less lost their jobs, which is not good to see, really. And hopefully for the local people that work at Bordeaux, hopefully someone does buy them or something, most importantly as well, because it's not just the players, and we don't really think about that as fans, but it's most important, like the community of Bordeaux as well. Hopefully someone can be sorted, and you can get back to playing football and supporting the community as well. But in terms of that, so that was a quick one on that. But in terms of Endo last night, chat, there was reports over the last 48 hours. The bid was in and around the region of £12 million for Endo. For Wataru Endo, just 11 months after a £16 million move as well. Obviously, Endo did sign a 4-year contract in August when we did sign him. So, yeah, the club that did put that bid in was Marseille, whose in overtures have obviously been rebuffed as well. Now, which is understandable, because when you think about it, well, when we all think about it, we're like, put our shoes in Hughes's, or put ourselves in Hughes' shoes, our sporting director. All of us are like saying to ourselves last night when we see in the news, there's no way Liverpool sell our number 6. We all know he's not going to be Liverpool's first choice, but in terms of that would detrimentally weaken Liverpool's position within the squad as well. I think that'd be absolutely crazy. But if Liverpool can get in around 20 million, or in around the 15 to 20 million pound, or kind of get our money back, there's a lot of Liverpool fans out there that do suggest that if the lad obviously was he a data signing, was he not? Does he tick the right boxes in an Arnie Slot system? These are all very important questions that we should all be asking ourselves, and certainly Arnie Slot will be. And I know people will be going on the back of that, hence why I didn't do the post-match reaction show against Real Sociedad as well. Everyone was going. I asked everyone that did watch it, what was it like, and everyone said straight away, Endo didn't have the best of games, but everyone was complaining about the condition of the pitch as well, which is all difficult. But the thing is, Endo's not playing with a lot of the senior lads. There's literally only a handful of Liverpool players currently on tour that will be first team players as well. So for me, the way I look at it, chat, I'm more interested in what you think as well. Anyone on the repeat, do let us know your thoughts on this. But it's interesting. I just find it mad that we've somehow, or someone within Liverpool, or someone within Endo's camp, or someone from Olympique Marseille's transfer strategy or agents or whatever it is, has leaked this. Supposedly the bid went in a couple of months ago or a couple of weeks ago as well now. So I just don't quite get it. But that's the football world we do live in. There's a reason these like transfer speculations, or as in Endo's terms, it's not just speculation. It was a case in point, the confirmation of the bid for Marseille fitting in around £12 million as well. Obviously, my mate De Zerbi has gone out to Marseille. I think he'll do extremely well. Wouldn't surprise me if he wins Ligue 1 in the next 2-3 years, if they can get the adequate signings into the football club. So that was an interesting one, chat. Let me know. I'll get through all your comments as well in relation to Endo. Would you be content with seeing Endo go? I wouldn't, but that is my rationale thinking of. We all think to the back of our minds going, FSG won't be replacing Endo, especially he's our most senior number 6 at the football club now. Got no Henderson, got no Fabinho. Like, fair enough if we had those players and they were on form, but yeah, Liverpool surely can't be losing Endo before the beginning of the season. If we did, that would be an absolute crazy. Would be absolutely crazy as well. But we'll get to all your comments as well. As Paul said, yeah, we've more or less banged the drum about that, Paul, as well. He's the perfect squad player, Paul. Any Endo and chat? Anyone watching on the repeat as well? Do smash a like on the video as well, chat. Whoever's in on the live comments or whatnot, massively does help out the stream. Hit that subscribe button on the road to 6,000 subscribers as well. Absolute legends. Nice one there, Doug. Obviously, for anyone wanting to listen to that, John Achtenberg, obviously Liverpool's ex-goalkeeper coach. I thought it was fitness coach, but it was Johnny Achtenberg. Please do check out, obviously, this is football, the Football Historian podcast with John Achtenberg. So a very, very good interview. I'll be watching that when we do finish. I've only seen snippets of it, but we'll be checking it out. So make sure you drop over to the Football Historian podcast as well with John Achtenberg. Head over there, subscribe, and show all your great support that you do on my channel as well. You're absolute legends. So go and check that out. Just having a little convo with each other. But not too bad, North. Hope you had a good start to your week, mate. Dero Edison, yeah, it's the maddest one. Speaking of Edison, chat, obviously the Manchester City goalkeeper. It's a bit mad what's happening in relation to him. Is he going to the Saudi League? Is he not? Is he done? He'll probably end up signing a new contract at Manchester City. It's just a bit of a mess at the minute in terms of their goalkeeping department. Curtis Jones, big up there, LJ. Curtis like Nunes. He is a good player. He is a good phase player. We can't put our left midfield position for this season on his shoulders or Curtis. And trust me, all those injury-prone players will 100%, 101% get injured as well. LJ, yeah, the thing is, mate, Curtis Jones will succumb to a bit of bad form, mate. And we know what our fan base is like as well. It was Ginny was getting stick at his time, which is a bit mad considering Ginny's time at Liverpool. Him and Robbo, certainly, under Jurgen Klopp, were two of the most consistent players in our system and were so important to our system. But it's the thing, you know. But don't get me started. I think it's a big season as well. I think Connor's comments here as well about Szoboszlai. I have constant debates with the lads when we're not on stream. I think Szoboszlai, he's a very good player, but certainly now he's into his second season at Liverpool. Yes, it's a new manager, but for the money he come in for, he needs to deliver. He's wearing a number 8 shirt on the back. Like, you need to be some player to get that. Naby bottled it when we brought him in. I know he had his injuries and all that, and his legs were made of Weetabix. But at the end of the day, that wearing the 8 shirt, it means something. Like, similar with wearing number 7 shirt at Liverpool, wearing number 9 shirt as well. Like, fair enough, if you're a team like lower down there in the Premier League, but legendary footballers, not just in Liverpool terms, but in terms of the English game, have represented those shirt numbers. You need to be stepping up. Dominic Szoboszlai, captain of his national side as well. Yeah, all well and good leading them is obviously side to a European Championship for, was it the first time or something, which is great. But now, Dom, strap yourself in, lead Liverpool to hopefully glory this season. I want to be saying minimum. I want to be seeing Dominic Szoboszlai hitting over 10 goals. That should be bare minimum. Look at Cole Palmer last season. Absolutely phenomenal season. And if he does that again, Cole Palmer, I'll tell you what, Manchester City will be buying him back. But if everyone, and I think we all do, we hold our players to a high regard, like Virgil van Dijk, like Trent, like Salah as well. Like, when you come to Liverpool, you need to deliver. It took us so long pre-Jurgen Klopp to bring players in. Like, plenty. That was the biggest issue between us competing for leagues and then just competing for top 4. Like, the mentality we have currently at the club, that was massively helped by Jurgen Klopp and by the departments that were signing all these not unproven players, but players that went up to a standard, like Robbo. Apart from take away his injuries over the last 12 months, Robbo was one of the most consistent left back in Wales football for like a 5-6 year period. Like, he was the best left back in Wales football. Post Marcelo retiring in Wales football, obviously the great legendary Real Madrid left back. But as soon as Marcelo retired, Robbo's been the most consistent left back. People might mention Alfonso. No, Alfonso, very good player, but yet again, injuries as well. But it's what we've done so far. We can't allow our levels to drop. Obviously, there's going to be a bedding in period, and we've discussed that last week, and we will do in the coming year or two as well. It's not going to happen overnight with Arne Slot, but hopefully with Arne Slot coming in, I'll just love his no nonsense answers to certain questions as well. He's very blunt. He's very to the point as well. To obviously the journalist questions, he knows he's not. He will have a bedding in period of probably a year or two. I think we're all of us, the sensible Liverpool fans out there, we all know the situation that he's come into. But we need help from the owners, and we need help from the people in charge in terms of the recruitment process as well. That when that transition does go, when Salah eventually leaves, I want him to retire. I want him to beat Rushy's record. Will he do it? I'd love it if he did. Do I think he will do it? Yes, because touch wood. If there's one player to beat Rushy, I think it will be Salah. Especially for the inside forward or whatever you want to class them as in the modern game. But yeah, like when Salah does eventually go, when Van Dijk retires or whatever happens, we've got the best goalkeeper in world football at our football club. We need to hopefully reinforce the players in front of him now as well. Because when Van Dijk goes, we need to get the next Virgil van Dijk. We don't need to get the next Virgil van Dijk in 3 years. We should be getting them into the football club now. That's the main thing for every Liverpool fan, every single one of us. That's when we spoke about Endo as well. Sounds if we're going to get rid of Endo, or we're accepting, if in a couple of weeks we accept a £20 million bid for Endo from another Marseille bid or whoever comes in, then sounds if we are accepting these bids, we should already, and we will, the lads at the technical department will be analysing all the data, but let's not wait until 2 weeks into the Premier League season or whenever the transfer window shuts and everyone looks at each other. Even Arne Slot looks at his bench and goes, you are having a laugh, or you are having a giraffe, in relation to give Arne Slot the best possible foundations for success. He wouldn't have come into the club under the understanding of not having a lot of money to spend. I know people might reference his quotes, but I think he was referencing that in terms of, and he was right. Like the squad, that's what I just mentioned with Robbo, Van Dijk, Alisson, Salah. They are, when they're all those players that I've referenced, if they're in form and they're playing their best football, they are the best players in their position in world football by a country mile. So it's about padding the quality out in not just those areas. It's about getting a more competitive squad. And then you're looking at the likes of Curtis Jones, Szoboszlai, some of the players that are there currently as well. Ibu needs to very much step up this season as well. I think the last 12 months have been difficult for him from injuries as well. But yeah, we've got plenty of shows that will speak about that as well. But LJ, sorry that, mate. It was long-winded, but 100% agree with you there. Sporting Bengal, big up the Chim. Happy days there, lad. Big up there, Luke. Touchdown. no. Supposedly, Connor, lads. No, the best midfielder currently on planet Earth playing football is Rodri. And I think he'll be close to winning. He's very much in for a chance of winning the Ballon d'Or. Yeah, it'd certainly be in my top 3 for Ballon d'Or nominations. Rodri. So, certainly, what a player. Sadly, he doesn't play for us, because that would be our number 6 issues out the way for a good 6 years. We do big up there enough. We need Endo. He's decent. He's tough. He doesn't complain. He gets on with it. 100% there, mate. Ryan, Martin Scale. Oh, bloody hell. It's weird seeing Martin Scale with hair now. Yeah. Very intimidating as a centre half as well. Wouldn't have liked to have played against him. Big up there, Gaz. Panov doesn't cost much and his wages ain't much to get rid of decent players. Well, 100% agree with that. So we played a wide. Tell you what, Salah is looking razor sharp. Literally razor sharp there, Paul. That haircut has done him the world of good. Should move quicker as well, which is all well and good. So we've mentioned, obviously, the Endo bid as well. Just quickly recapping in relation to the news stories. There was a little about Gordon as well, but chat, what are we thinking? Do we think Liverpool will get Gordon? I think we will. It just depends, as I mentioned 5 minutes ago. If Liverpool can shift a couple of the players, and we're going to mention one of those players now in Sepp van den Berg, if we can get literally 15 million for Sepp van den Berg, I think we might do a bit more business than we're all anticipating. It's just about having those availabilities within the squad as well. But so we mentioned Vieira, obviously the Bordeaux manager, leaving. Sepp van den Berg. Yeah, so in terms of obviously PSV, as it currently stands, they've lodged an £8 million bid. That's what we do know now. Obviously, its valuation of €12 million. But Liverpool, the Dutch reporter Rick Elphick has claimed Liverpool are holding firm and demanding €20 million. The valuation is £60 million for Sepp van den Berg. PSV are not yet willing. I think the main word to use there in that article that he's used is yet. So hopefully, I think we'd have a very good understanding. Depends how much PSV are wanting Sepp Berg. I think £16 million in today's climate is not a lot of money. I know for certain Dutch clubs it might be, because not everyone's washed with money and having rich owners, a bit like the Premier League. 6 million is basically nothing for a Premier League side, but for PSV that is a lot of their budget as well. Considering the Dutch league, I think when you win the Eredivisie, I think you get a prize money of only 10 million. Apologies if that is incorrect, but that is crazy. It just goes to show the money that is awash within the Premier League. So, by all accounts, from that journalist, Liverpool, Eric Effrink, value Liverpool, Sepp Berg as £20 million as well. And chat doesn't help when he comes out and gives more. I think someone needs to take the microphone away from Sepp Berg currently, because obviously he's a young lad. He's not media trained. He's not like Virgil van Dijk, who's done a million interviews, and doesn't help when journalists are asking questions that are very much posed in that direction. So I think he needs to be a bit more streetwise, really, with some of the interview questions, the answers, really, that he gives. But it's one of them chats. It's going to be interesting. I think if we can get 16 to 20 million pounds in today's climate, people might scoff that and go, "Oh, that's a bit much for a player that's not really played a competitive game for Liverpool fully in a season." But yeah, just look at evaluation of certain centre backs in Wales football now. It's crazy. We've been working with yeah. What was in there, pan of? So that was a quick one, recap. So Liverpool currently, as it officially stands in relation to Sepp Berg, obviously have rejected a £8 million bid from PSV. It's anticipated that they will come in, well, probably if they want him that much, they'll come in with a second bid. But Liverpool are rightly so holding firm on our £16 million valuation for the given player. So certainly, and you never know, it depends how much high regard Arne Slot does hold. And I'm loving the fact that Arne Slot is very hands-on in terms of training, got his whistle in his hand, really getting involved in not all the obviously the training sessions, but that's what happens when you bring in a head coach, as in, quote, a head coach, and not just a manager that stands on the sidelines and gives it to his assistant managers and other head coaches. But now we know what the deal is with Liverpool now. Bringing in, obviously, Arne Slot, he's going to be a lot more hands-on, as we've already seen in the last couple of weeks as well now. But that's one of the most positive things for me, Chas. And let us know your thoughts on the post comments as well in relation to tonight's episode. Is I want that from your manager. I want to see a manager that is very proactive. And actually, Klopp understands it, but I would have liked a bit more input from Jurgen Klopp from a tactical aspect. Obviously, he's very shrewd, Jurgen, but I'm liking the looks of it. Especially if you can see in a couple of weeks' time, we'll have a couple of... It's bound to happen. We won't have... ideally, we win our first 10 games, but that's being unrealistic. That's what we might aim for, if we can win 8 of our 10 or whatever it is. But when the difficult moments come, I think Arne Slot is going to be one of those head coaches that very much will analyse it, and he'll properly analyse it as well. Like, how many times, like over the last couple of seasons, when Liverpool have succumbed to a bit of bad form or disappointing things, where we've all said as to ourselves, like even on the post-match shows over the last couple of years, so what do we do in training? Like, hopefully Arne Slot will come in on Monday morning in a couple of weeks' time, and he actually addresses the set piece marking or something. Even if he over analyzes it, that's what I personally want to be seeing from the manager. Like, and we don't see those reoccurring patterns happening as well from a tactical point of view with Liverpool this season. But there will be bumps along the road, and that's expected with a new change of manager, new players coming in, some players leaving as well, chap. But it was only going to be a little short episode tonight. If you are tuning in and you are new to the channel, on the road to 6K 1,000 subscribers as well, drop a like on the video as well. Please do get involved in the comment section below. You're absolute legends. And yeah, everyone, we will be back tomorrow at 6 p.m. Hopefully Kev will be joining us tomorrow for the episode, and hopefully we have a bit more news in relation to Liverpool's. Quickly rechecking anyway. don't be buying into these Osimhen rumours, chat. We're not getting them. Like, we would not get Osimhen. I think we'd all love him, but yeah, loads of malarkey, really. Yeah, I think if there's one team in England that you will go to, it will be Chelsea. Victor Osimhen. So yeah, Chelsea do a deal where they give Napoli Lukaku or Sutton for like 20 million off. It's mad. Chelsea love signing strikers. Ever since obviously Drogba left, like they just haven't replaced him. In all honesty, a player of Drogba's quality, obviously for any football club, even Liverpool, if he played for us, you're gonna miss that quality as well. But in terms of Endo, looks like he's currently going nowhere, and hopefully that is the case for this season because we need Endo. He's a very good squad player, and he's a very good professional as well. Japanese captain as well. He's going to be a very good. It's not just you want him round there for the character, but he has got some very good qualities, and it's up to Arne Slot. But money talks in football. If a bid of 15, 20 million does come in, and Arne Slot's going, oh, can I get 20 million for another player that he wants? That would fit his style more, then I'm pretty sure they'll go out and get him as well. But nice one, chat. Nice one, Paul. Nice one, Panov. Nice one, Andrew as well. Ryan, North, LJ. Big up there, Daryl as well. North. And Paul as well. And Doug. Absolute legends. For anyone watching on the repeat, do get your comments in the comment section below, all the stories that we've discussed. And of course, check out that very good interview that from the Football Historian podcast from John Achtenberg as well, where he very much discussed an interesting story about Liverpool potentially looking like that we wouldn't potentially have gone for Alisson Becker if we signed Nabil Fekir. That's the magical world of football transfers. So go and check that out. Hit that subscribe button as well. That is the Football Historian podcast on YouTube. So go and check it out. Drop a subscribe as well to the channel and show all your great support that you do show me. But Reds, see you tomorrow. Have a very good end to your Monday after evening as well. But if you're watching us on Tuesday morning, do get involved in the comments. Let us know your thoughts on all the stories. Spoke about Sepp Vandenberg, potentially new Liverpool valuating the Dutch central defender at £16 million. Obviously, Joey Vertman as well, the PSV player, has been that rumour has very much been played down, as we said at the top of the show, by the Dutch journalists as well. And a little bit about obviously the bid for Wataru Endo as well. But chat, see you again tomorrow at 6 p.m. If you don't get your notifications, put your notification bell on. We'll be live tomorrow at 6 p.m. And hopefully we'll get a bit more news to speak about tomorrow. If not, we'll speak about something anyway, in terms of more talk about the 6 positions, or we'll find something. But Reds, see you later. Kev will be back on tomorrow as well. But Reds, also thank you for tuning in. Drop a like on the video on your way out if you haven't already done so. And yeah, on the road to 6K subscribers. Not too bad. Massive thank you for all the support as always, Reds. And see you tomorrow at 6 UK time, GMT. Never walk alone. Ta-ra.